Alright, so it has come to my attention that the guy who played the green Power Ranger, the one who had the best dark arc, is better than Proto Man, Mega Man X, whatever that was, that was not the cool dark arc. But yeah, the Green Ranger, like, that was a great dark arc. That was some good storytelling. I mean, it gave men around the world the story you always wish you could see. You know, a man being able to actually redeem himself in the eyes of society. Because we know in real life, there is no fucking redemption. At all. No redemption. You get no redemption for anything. You fuck up, that's your ass. Especially if one of these creatures has to be the ones that determine it. Oh, look. I'm not lying to y'all. 4 years with the non-denominational church, I never redeemed myself in their eyes. Never could do it. And look, there's nights I still lie awake, and I'll just think about that. I'm like, man, not only at the end of it could I ever redeem myself of the failings and the flaws that I had with God himself, I couldn't even do what seemed plausible of being able to redeem myself in the eyes of my peers, because there was never gonna be any redemption. So yeah, that's the message to all my criminal class out there. You know, all the criminals out there. You know, you might be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make it right. No. Only thing you gonna ever accomplish is being indentured to society as a servant. And who wants to live like that? Other than pedophilic cucks. You got a lot of those in the black community. Up there, fucking out 9-year-olds, talking about it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. They up there high-fiving each other about the shit. I'm like, so wait a minute. 9-year-old girl pussy. You got the pussy at the age of 6 years old from a 12-year-old child, and you up there celebrating that shit like it's the greatest thing since Peter wrapped around sliced chicken. I knew I dropped something. Now I'm just dropping all type of shit. But yeah, that's the thing. And you know what? While I'm pointing out the dudes on this simp ass behavior shit, let me point the finger at their mothers. Oh yeah, those fucking creatures who raised you up to think that shit was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Because they were the ones who were training these boys to be like that. These pedophilic incidents that happen with these younger individuals. You know, you hear all the time, oh, we care about the children's. Oh, think of the children's. Every time that the ball is in their court, they want you to think about the children. But when that little harlot you call your daughter, go out there and she decides to get hers with 8, 8 year. Oh, no, 8 being too generous. 8 is being too generous. With a 6-year-old boy, a child, someone's son, right? When she decided to get hers with someone's 6-year-old son, where's the statutory rape charges? No matter where's the rape charges where's the rape charges at all? Where's the accusations of your child was raped? Oh, there are none, because they never accused their own. Oh no, they never accused their own. You know, you see, these harlots can go out there and they can seditiously prey sexually on anything with a dick walking between its legs, as long as they feel like they have some sense of control over the situation. Mainly when it's underage little boys, when they can stick their pussies onto little 10-year-old Timmy kid cock. You know, the kitty dick always wins in the end. Look, y'all think I'm lying, but there are dudes, black dudes, of course, who have literally been saying for years, yo, I chose this to be my wife, but now I'm getting cocked by a 14-year-old little boy. And look. If y'all think I'm lying, there's a dude in Texas, black dude, a police officer, literally defending his pedophilic ass wife. He chose this to be his wife. He is defending. He was literally defending the fact that she fucked the fact that this damn creature fucked a 14-year-old child. And he said up there, oh, that's I'm like, bruh, you making all of us look bad. You was a police officer. You like pedophiles. I thought the pedophiles were like supposed to be the bane of police existence. Like, what the fuck? You married the pedo. And both of them are black. And so look, I don't want anybody coming to this video talking about, oh, Broderick, the black ones, they're not pedophiles. Yes, no, oh, they not? Really? Oh, you can't, how many times do we have to see the statistic number go up for these black wet vice grips to be found out to do exactly what black men have been claiming them as to be for years? They're pedophiles. They're fucking pedophiles. But yet they keep telling us, oh yeah, bro, you just need to man up. You need to wipe up that pedophile. It's insanity. It's a fucking insanity. This is the most absurd. I've seen it. I'm staring witness at this stuff. Cause I'm like a child my damn self, right? I grew up disowned by my entire family. Just threw out there, and I had to fucking survive. And people give me shit. They give me shit for all the time. Oh, Broderick, you chose to sell your soul. But they always focus on the you gave up your soul part. But I'm just like, ask me why. They never ask me why. They're like, oh, you gave up your soul, your humanity. You have none. You have no humanity, Broderick. You're more savage than the criminal. I'm not a pedophile. I mean, I could have been. I mean, what? Tracy was 9, and she was. I told y'all, man. Tracy was with it. She was with it. 9 years old. 9 years old. I could have fucked her. I could have, if I wanted to be, you know, converted into pedophilia at the age of fucking 7 years old. I'm like a 9-year-old, a 9-year-old Asian minority. And look, back then, this whole back then, like, what? Fucking. It's like 98. Yeah, it's like 98. All this back in 98, they was championing these minorities across every platform they could use. You know, the television, the newspapers, the radio. It was all this, every damn thing about any type of sense of political jargon was about these minorities. Oh, the minorities are our future. The minorities are gonna be this. Oh, the minorities gonna be our salvation of America, and all this good talk shit. They just kept parroting. Like this shit was so pervasive and so prevalent. You just kept hearing this shit. You could not get away. All over the radio. We need to do this for the minorities. We need to do that for the. We can't abandon the minorities. And look, y'all can type in. Y'all can put it in the comment section. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? While the black community was being subjugated with just rampant, despotic pedophilia, just completely being outright ignored by everything that decided to have a child out of wedlock that could be possibly known to the planet Earth as we know it today. But they was just building up their ranks, you know, because the socio-political class was running rampant with this plan to create a new voter block of these despotic and dysogenic, these social, ecological vagrants. They wanted to turn that into a vote. They wanted to turn, you know, they wanted to turn dysfunction into a monetary gain to create a new voter block, a new type of voter, where they would not have to rely on the European opinion on issues of the socio-political climate. Because there was a huge uproar about this shit. You know, the Europeans, man, they was getting stabbed in the back so fucking hard. This shit was spectacular to watch. It was the most spectacular shit to watch. Because this was the early aughts where they were championing this crazy ass narrative. Where the least incentivized was holding up the whole damn country. And this is still prevalent today, by the way. You get even more. It done got even worse. Because, you know, there's no incentivization for anything with skin tone of a native descendant to this country. And I mean, this one moved beyond race. Because it was never about race in the get-go. It was never about the race. It was never about the race. It was just about usurping the political climate. It was just about overthrowing the political decisions of individuals in this country. And you know, black people, my own people just want to ignore this. They don't want to take any accountability for the fact that we had a huge hand in just turning the country on its fucking side and just giving the business end of a big ass fuck you that came to bite everybody in the ass. And that don't matter what race you from. It don't matter what race you from. Everybody gets fucked in the end. And you know what? Proverbially, that includes the virgins too. Because you know, I hit the age of 18. I got all these fucking crazies running at me talking about, brother, the thirst, brother. You can't fight the thirst. How dare you? How dare you not want to wipe up the pedophilic black thing that creeping upon the earth and slithers into your life at the first moment's notice of any productivity? How dare you say no to that? You're supposed to worship. This is your goddess. This is your fucking deity. And I'm like, you better be really ready to back off of that fucking claim, brother. Because me and my history with God is not that sparkly and clean. You know, you get to talking about something's a God around me, I'm gonna be like, hey, we might have to build some crosses soon. Cause you know, somebody's about to get crucified. You point to something on this earth and decides to be like, hey Broderick, that's your God. I'm like, oh really? Can somebody fetch me some nails? Fetch me a fucking hammer? we about to take this party real crazy. And it's about to get real Greco-Roman style. Especially if you telling me something's weaker than me, weaker than I am, it's supposed to be my goddess, my deity. I'm like, oh, we about to slay some gods today then. You better pray for it. Because look, you know, throwing something that claims to be a goddess onto a slab, it seems pretty deserving to me. You know that seems pretty deserving for me. And you know, there's more ways than one to do that. Way more ways to do that than violence and, you know, outright savagery. You know, they can get that, you know, they can get that metaphorical cross slanged onto them, and we can nail those proverbial hammers right through their asses. The only thing these damn so-called goddesses deserve is a damn stake through the heart. Van Helsing style. Straight up, just right through the heart. But I get these dudes, you know, they got their first piece of pussy at the age of 11 from the little 12-year-old who was hot in the ass and didn't have a father around to fucking tell them what the right way was. They weren't interested even if the father was around. They weren't listening. Cause you know, it is what it is. Biology don't give a fuck about your socio-political climate. And at the end of the day, when you decide to wrap your pussy lips around a 10-year-old boy, don't start crying because you can't get a man. You don't want a man. You don't want a man. Look, men put it out there for what it is to be. Hey, you want a husband? At least have your virginity intact when you turn 18 years old, and you might get a chance. It's not a guarantee, but it is a chance. Because look, just because you got a hymen between your legs, that automatically doesn't get you in the door. You know, men's standards aren't that low. They ain't that low that all you have to do is have a damn hymen intact. And I heard about the hymenplasty, that dumb shit. Yeah, like they literally think that low. They literally think that low of us as men. It's like, look. We got over 1,000+ years out there proving that virginity isn't the only thing to get you a husband. It's not. It's not the only thing. There's a whole lot more qualifiers out there. But like I said, a lot of them, they have this notion to think that, you know, all they gotta do is make it to the wedding night with their chastity and their gold. They're in the end goal. They done beat your game, so sir. I want all you whores and harlots to understand. There's gonna be a lot of virgins among you that wind up without a husband, because that's not the only thing that fits the bill. That's not the only thing. That's just a qualifier. It is literally just a fucking qualifier. That is it. It gets you into the qualifying rounds. And you know, I get all these idiots. They run around, they scream, I want a man, I want a man. You didn't tell that. You should have stuck with the 10-year-old you gave your chastity to. You should have stuck with Timmy. You should have stuck with Timmy. Because, like, y'all kept thinking that this men were just going to continuously keep wifing y'all up, even though you in hell. Forget being Chad sloppy seconds. You didn't even wait to get to Chad. You didn't even wait to get to Chad to be his sloppy seconds. You gave it up to the 10-year-old child that looked your way and said your barrettes was cute one day. And I'm just like, doesn't nobody want a pedophile for a wife? Nobody wants a pedophile for a wife. Look, they keep talking about the population dropping, that the birth rates are low. They want to blame it on the cash. They want to blame it on men being undereducated. Oh, they not recognizing the real truth of the matter being, don't nobody want no kitty fucker. Nobody want to fuck you after you done gave it up to the 10-year-old in the 3rd grade. Nobody want that. You see these legislators, these statesmen who sold the whole of fucking men out in America, don't want to recognize the fact that, hey, y'all stupid ass policies caused this shit. And look, it was easy to make this not be an issue. But Americans, you know, in all their enlightened wisdom, decide, you know, we not gonna tell people what the truth is. And the truth was the matter, you should have said no. The answer should have been no. Can we fuck underage boys? Even though we're not even at the age of 18? The answer should have been no, you can't. You can't legally do that. You can't do that as an adult, and you can't illegally do that. Cause how something gonna be illegal and legal at the same time? It don't make no fucking sense. It's fucking ass grass backwards. It just is. You like, oh, well, you can't fuck children. Like, who would have thunk? Yeah, no, you can't fuck children. There's terrible biological ramifications that take place when you start. You're gonna wrap some kid's dick or some kid's pussy around you. You can't do it. It's not feasible. But our statesmen, our lawmakers decided, you know, well, to get that precious coveted vote of the XX chromosomes, they decided, you know, we're gonna sacrifice all these young boys, all these children. We're gonna just give them up to the we're gonna give them up to these creatures so we can keep that damn vote. I mean, like, it wasn't bad enough that y'all even allowed them to vote, because that was a fuck up. And it was when when the sitting president was in a bad state too. But you know, people decided, you know, yeah, the truth of this matter is that this shouldn't be done. But they did it anyway. And so, you know, 19th Amendment came a thing. But even then, that was just an increment. Just an increment. And I keep telling people, y'all think this pedophilia shit is it's gonna stop at one place? Look, they gave them the ability to fuck children at the age point of what is it legally? It's applicable at the age of what? 16? I got a whole video coming out on this. This gonna make a video. It's gonna piss off a lot of people, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I get all these so-called parents who say they fucking care about their children, especially in the black community. I just fucking screaming the most about how they care about their children. They care about their children. Oh, you care about your children so much that you send them to public school so they can get their little penises wrapped around every 10-year-old little thing that gets hot in the ass and decides to turn your son into a latent pedophile. But we know they don't. We fucking know they don't care about the boys. But the fact that they sit up and they claim they care about everything with a pair of XX chromosomes and a pair of tits and a damn set of ovaries between his legs. But like, you send them to public school each and every year in the hundreds of millions. And they wind up getting they get converted out this bitch. I was talking like straight up Left 4 Dead style, converted into fucking little pedophiles. And then they get this thing, they used to call it boy crazy. Man, there was no fucking... Look, this is what it is. Once you wrap your pussy around a 10-year-old kid, because, you know, I remember the wonderful excuse back in the 2000s was, we just socially advance more quicker. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the whole claim that, oh, well, this has happened because we socially advance quicker than you boys. We just socially, like that's any excuse for wrapping your pussy lips around somebody else's son, someone's child. And you know, that was the point back in the 80s where all this shit should have been rejected and these kids should have been pulled out of these fucking schools. But, you know, since so many people love their convenience, they didn't give a damn about the security of a child. They ain't give a damn about the future generation that would turn into adults that everybody has to fucking deal with now. You know, we get year after year more of these pedophiles of the XX chromosome variety are fucking popping up. But nobody wants to hold these parents accountable. I just lost my too big, but fuck it. Nobody wants to hold these parents accountable. Oh, it's not my fault. Even though I literally sent my child out to a fucking place where they're not gonna be supervised by me for 8 whole ass hours, and I'm just not accountable for whatever happens at that 8 hours of a time. Oh, you can't expect me to be accountable for my fucking child. How dare you? You're being mean to me. You're saying big mean words to me, telling me to hold. Yes, that child has to grow into a fucking adult, and all of us have to deal with it. All of us. Look, we got an 80%. Fuck it. More like a 90 fucking percent. We got a 90% divorce rate. Y'all think that's just because, you know, men just aren't, they're just not cutting the mustard, just not cutting the stuff. No, they're addicted to these fucking kids. You got chicks, you got them in New York talking about, oh, I'll just go after the 17-year-old. I'm like, what the? I'm like, excuse me? And don't blame the porn for this. They fucking hate, don't blame the porn for it. Because everything you see in pornography is literally a depiction of 2 adults. It's legally applicable that everything you see is a representation of 2 adults. And they hate that. They fucking hate it. Why do you think they get so pissed off when you watch pornography? You know, they get so pissed off about it because it's not a representation of that they truly want to do. And they just want to have that pedophile utopia. You know, a lot of them, they want to destroy. They want to destroy everything that all of us know, and introduce this fucking pedophile utopia where everything is up for grabs for them. Even your goddamn child. They don't look. We got FBI agents labeling whole ass entire parents who want to be accountable for their children's chastity, who don't want their children to be fucking converted into a pedophile. They're labeled as terrorists because, you know, I don't want my child to be fucking someone else's son, or I don't want my child to be fucking someone else's daughter. These teachers need to be fucking held to some level of account for their fucking implications in these outright fucking tragedies. And I'm just saying, it is what it is. Look, I live in the real world. The year is 2022. And I live in a fucking America. I can criticize a fucking pedophile. I can criticize these parents who fail to fucking take accountability for the fact that, hey, you birthed that child, that's your responsibility. You are accountable for what happens to it. And when you do a bad job, all of us have to fucking deal with the after effects of that. That fucking blowback reaches across every single facet and fucking implementation in our society. And so, hell yeah, a lot of people gonna be pissed off when you fuck that up. But we have moved away from calling out this shit. And in the meantime, while nobody's calling out this shit, more and more of these pedophiles are just becoming of the XX XX chromosome variety. They just keep, the numbers keep growing year and year, and I'm getting real fucking, I'm pissed off about this because I can't have a single year. There's not a single year. It's like after 2004, the floodgates were open. Like, you can't have a single fucking year. And go look at it statistically. I ain't giving you no fucking numbers. Do your own fucking research. You're a grown-ass adult. Do your own fucking research. Go look it up for yourself. But more and more these numbers are rising. Where these outright egregious deeds are being perpetrated by everything they told you was supposed to be sugar, spice, and everything nice. And the number is gonna get to a point where it's gonna be so fucking obvious, but nobody's gonna say a thing. Nobody gonna fucking say it. Nobody, like, you sit around, you watch this shit year after year, year after year, and nobody fucking speaks up about this shit. Everybody just wanna be fucking quiet about it. And I'm just like, oh, fuck that. No. This is an issue. This is a problem. This is a matter of discussion, and it needs to be discussed. Because the more it gets discussed, there's more of a probability that something might be done. Maybe somebody will be a little bit more eyes and ears on this. But like, hey, they want you to keep focused on these 18 and 20-year-olds who drop out of college and, you know, they run across the border to go prostitute themselves in another country, and they claim that, oh, that's human trafficking. That's the human trafficking. Grown-ass adults deciding, you know, what they want to do with their body. Since we can't monetize it, it's fucking human trafficking to some fucking dumbass who wants to worship everything with an XX chromosome and not question anything. Literally not question anything. But, you know, I can't stop that. But here it is. I gotta get on the bus, so I'll catch y'all later. I'm tired of this shit.